So I appreciate you jumping on to this other Twitter space. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the state of kind of Vinco and, what can be done, as I feel, I was, used to work at ZASH and everything and had high hopes kind of for the company. Um, and, particularly Lemotive. I think that was my favorite part of Vinco, amongst many things. But I just kind of, people have been talking to, although it's kind of died down recently. A lot of people kind of message me saying, "Hey, like, what are you doing? What's Vinco up to? What's Zash up to?" And or if not what it's up to, where do you see it going? And I just kind of wanted to kind of say a couple things, at least on that. Some people thought I would plug things on this Twitter space. I've nothing to plug, to the Vinco community in any way. So that isn't what I'm doing on this call. But yeah, a lot of people have asked me, what's going on with the company, or do you have any insights and everything. So I figured I would do a Twitter space going into all that, kind of where my thoughts are at the company and where I feel like it's going. So, to put it bluntly, where I think the company's going, it wouldn't surprise me if they declared bankruptcy fairly soon, which is kind of disappointing. But I mean, I kind of, I guess I'm kind of the purpose of this Twitter space is to kind of issue a warning to kind of people. I think people kind of have, at least I have the mindset, oh, well, it's not a loss till you sell. That's my mindset on most things. But when it comes to this, I just think they're about to, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to declare bankruptcy soon. I mean, I think it's the end of the road for, in my opinion, not financial advice. I think it's kind of, I would question if it's the end of the road for Vinco at this point, which is a shame. So I guess my feelings with the Vinco community have, I think, have ups and downs onto it, but I guess in kind of my final hurrah here, I think people just kind of need to kind of let it go that this, in my opinion, not financial advice, this one is kind of, it's over. It's, what's the meme? It's so over. It's never been. This is the meme that's just generally about used in general scenarios. It's so over. It's never been more over than it is now. You can see from the lawsuits, Finco's not able to kind of meet any kind of bills or requirements. When it comes to things, I've had tiffs with Ross and Gabe in the past, although they're kind of long gone at this point. As am I. I've had my tiffs with them, but according to their lawsuit, they got stiffed by Vinco, which is pretty disappointing, to say the least. I don't think anyone deserves to get stiff. My feelings aside, like people don't deserve to get stiffed. I've lost money on this company. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, are in that same position and everything. But I think, I wouldn't be surprised if Vinco gets around to declaring bankruptcy soon. So this is just kind of a warning to people that some people have the hold on for dear life mindset. And I fear that that in the next week, in the next month, that things are not going to go so well. Kind of, I think when I first joined Zash, I was super pumped about Lemotive and everything. I really was. I mean, it's that was kind of the golden child. I feel like, the golden boy of BBIG, and especially with all that TikTok press. I mean, it was painful that Lemotive didn't get there, at that point, and I was hoping I could contribute. When I first started. I was hoping I could contribute, and then all the way to Christmas, I met with Ted, and I said, hey, I want to, do this Lemotive stuff. I want to take on Lemotive, and you know, whether it be from Ted or anyone at the company, it did not seem that that was kind of anyone wanted that. And I don't know why. I don't know why Vinco kind of is in the mindset where they don't grow, and they don't do anything real. The National Enquirer deal fell through. That anyways, I guess my point with this call is I'll keep it brief, and I'll do another call that, like, my original Twitter space call was really going to be more long form, but on this Twitter space call, it's a little bit shorter. But I this is just a warning to people that it wouldn't surprise me if Vinco Ventures, BBIG, declares bankruptcy soon. And I know people hate to hear that. And again, this is just my opinion. No one's told me, but no one's told me to say anything on this call or not say anything on this call. But I'm just saying, wouldn't surprise me if they declare bankruptcy soon. And Eric, how do you see this? Well, you look at the lawsuits of them owing all these people money. You open the Lemotive app, and they spend $100 million on this app, and then it's just been like server not connected for a long time now. And then you've seen people have gone to the Lemotive offices, and it's kind of, they're gone. I mean, I've seen pictures of that. So it's really disappointing. I feel like it's really disappointing for me. I think if Vinco gets to bankruptcy court, I think I will actually like buy Lemotive. I think that would be pretty cool, to go buy Lemotive, maybe relaunch it, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see kind of at that point, in regards to that. But anyways, on a more positive note, if any of you, again, this call is kind of meant to be a warning, to people, and if any of you kind of have the mindset of if any of you need my help on trying to pressure, I guess, what's left of Vinco, which is, you can look at it as not much. Happy to help on that front. I feel like I'm not a full-time Vinco person, or ZASH person, etc., as I was back in the day. But if any of you want my help on anything, I'm happy to help in regards to that. If you don't want my help, that's okay too. But it's just, I just kind of warn people. This is kind of you can look at all the signals, all the public signals. This is kind of the end for this company. So, in my opinion, not financial advice. I would kind of try to get what you can, out of what you put in. That's what I would do. 1 second, sorry, got a spam call. That's what I would do, I guess, when I see companies like this. So feel free to ignore that advice. It's just my opinion, not financial advice. But I'm just saying that, if Vinco ever gets to the point, of finally announcing their bankruptcy, I just want to say, hey, at least I can warn some people, at this point, and then maybe people can get something out of it rather than zero out of it. So, anyways, I think that's it for me. If I have anything more to say, I will. Back when my main account is back on within 24 hours, I will do that. But again, I just wish things were better. I wish Lemotive ended up being better. And who knows? Maybe in bankruptcy court, I'll buy it, or maybe not. If people in the community don't want me to buy it, then I won't buy it. But because I feel like it can, Vinco can really only be, or not Vinco, but Lemotive can only be successful, I think, if it kind of has those roots and a positive environment. So probably won't. I probably won't buy it then. But I just wanted to issue a warning to people that wouldn't surprise me if Vinco declared bankruptcy soon. Thank you very much, everybody.